afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with your host, Imperial Dane, Master Propaganda Heroes like Defender of the Fatherland. Off here to an exciting 1 vs 1 on Kholodny Ferma Winter. The setting is January 1945. The whole German assault on the Ardennes is starting to slow down a lot, and they're beginning to pull out. The British are in hot pursuit, though, ready to try and punish those damn Huns. In these, we got Caesar fighting for the Commonwealth, King and Country, the 7th Armored Division. In the far west, we got Nosmarkov fighting for the Oberkommando of Germany, Deutschland, fighting here with the 116th Panzer Division and Binhund. And we got Spec Ops, Scavenge, and fortifications there for Nosmarkov, double infantry, and medical supply bulletins versus special weapons, Vanguard, and commandos here for Caesar with triple infantry. Active scratch that double infantry one cyber bulletin with a third section of 3 sections here for Caesar. And meanwhile, we got push up north here, ignoring the compartment line. Caesar quickly moving into. He's playing very aggressive with the Brits, pushing his section very far ahead. Points have been secured here and there. Section got about to kick in the door here and give those Huns something to be very upset about. Leaving Nosmarkov here in a bit of a sticky situation. So now Caesar can essentially threaten these 2 points pretty easily, and Nosmarkov, at least for a brief while, is going to have no immediate easy way of dealing with it. So, bit of a problem there for Nosmarkov, bit of a problem there in the south. Caesar ground points here, digging in with sandbags. Up far in the north section, moving up to support the section there as well. We'll see if it goes for a 4th section. We might pull it in a Vickers here to support his men. We might even try and go for an early bolster. And there you go, does go for the Vickers machine gun. More folks on the way there for Nosmarkov and the 116th Panzer Division. In the south, they're just moving about, grabbing territory as well. For the most part, mostly standard stuff here from both sides. Looking for the right time to push ahead. And there you go, Caesar having pounded, feel like he's got enough force strength here to push through in the north. He's going to make a push for the fuel here. Nosmarkov still continues to remain here, hidden behind the fence. And there you go, opening up in the section. Did not anticipate possibly move up through there. Going to counter in the section. There you go, double section. We'll be able to take apart this jump on. He's pretty fast when they close. But they're able to do some damage. We've got Fulton from the north, but still he's going to need more troops up here to really have a chance here versus Caesar, who's very close to getting the Sturmpanies. In fact, although one of the sections have been heavily bled out, it's still one full health section versus the Fulton at range in particular with the cover bonus. The Fulton is just going to lose. Section there pushing for the cover pump to hold here. It's another Fulton, but he's rushed in from Nosmarkov to stem the problems here. Caesar breaks it off, falls back here towards the house, and once more position himself to just be an absolute nuisance. Nosmarkov trying to sneak through in the north, going to grab the victory point there. Vickers moving up here for Caesar. And the south, more territory being secured. Now the player there scrummaging out. It's all with the attentions here on the north. Vickers there's going to engage the Fulton of these, catching their already poor Jürgen and shooting him to bits. And now get just an immediate retreat there. Nosmarkov does not stick around for any longer than he absolutely needs to, which versus the Vickers is he just ran if you're not in heavy cover already. Section have been forcing medical supplies on the way there as well to help them heal. They are definitely in need of it. First they're going to push in. We got a section already here, ready to wait. Give Nosmarkov's troops their nice British welcome. That is, lots of shots in the general direction. Vickers sending up there, grabbing the northern fuel point. Nosmarkov there is finding himself aggressively constrained here by Caesar's tactics. And looks like he might try and push for the cuff point to return the favour. Basically head for the south if Caesar's digging in the north. Definitely not a bad approach here by Nosmarkov. He should be pushing with Sturmpanies as soon as possible because we just sent out the room there. Gives the section more time to close into better distance and into cover. And that of course means it becomes more difficult for the Sturmpanies. In this case, we'll pull it off. We got a section moving up to defend the cuff pump. That means now Nosmarkov can attack through again. Remember, most of Caesar's forces are up here for the most part, though he's now going for a sniper as well. So right here, Nosmarkov, rather than just bashing and sending into a wall, he basically tries to exert his forces where they're going to have a much better progress more easily and just send it to the south as well. So that's a really strong move here by Nosmarkov. Definitely smarter than just trying to constantly claim the north. So good move there. Tech up, of course, down here for Caesar. No bolstering there, but the sniper is almost done here for Caesar. And Nosmarkov, despite the fuel deprivation, is actually going for the mechanized regiment. He wants that look, so possibly that Puma. Most likely anticipating Caesar going for the AC Mark III. Most likely anyways. Certainly also the possibility that Caesar does not go for it. But there you go, big counterattack inbound, and Nosmarkov really only got a few Fulton squads to hold it off, so he's not going to be able to hold this very well. But even then, they could open up some new routes, and there you go. Poor Otto just got absolutely blown to chunks by that sniper shot. Sappers following up here for Caesar, getting more boots on the ground. You see more territory swiftly and ruthlessly. Caesar's assault continues here southwards. He's not stopped by anything. Nosmarkov trying to find a more defensive position here against Caesar's push. But he's going to lack them to the snow. It's going to make it much harder here for Nosmarkov to maintain any defense. So there's the point. It looks like he's going to switch his attention to the north. Note he's taking a Sturmpine that's got up in the far west flank. Not bad. They probably should have a troop moving up here to basically ensure that draws attention just in case and flanks up. Then again, most machine guns tend to have a weak line of sight. So if he just stays to the max range here, there we go. We should be able to flank it before it can react. Very nice move here by Nosmarkov. Very nice flank. I mean, there's a small chance that Caesar would expecting this specifically, but most players generally don't. So good play there. Good play. In the south, more Raspen and counter push there from Caesar. Forces moving up here, flanking up behind the section. Then we got Panhand Granada off. Nice counter attack here. Nice counter attack. What I like to see, and obviously what Caesar does not like to see. There we go. He might actually planning for the AC there. His least requisitioned it, so of course he might be anticipating Nosmarkov to go for the looks, and of course Nosmarkov might of course be anticipating him going for the AC, and thus will go for the Puma first. There's certainly a few possibilities here. Mind games, if you will. Mind games. And there you go. Nosmarkov here going for the MG-34 to help deal with all those British troops. Suppressed, and there you go. Mines being laid down on that piece of heavy cover. Very nice work. As long as of course he doesn't get spotted, which he likely will. There we go. Just drops it. The 2 points wise. Tiny lead here for Nosmarkov so far. Tiny lead. Minuscule. No, he does go for looks at the same time as Caesar's going for the AC. I mean, he is going for the AC first, so there's a potential that Nosmarkov, of course, can react in time. But we'll see what happens here. We shall see what happens. Baker's blasting away there from the side of the church. Up north, Hulk continue just occupy the house to try and slow down Caesar here. And in the far south, Caesar looks like he's finally got some sections moving again there. Seems to have been not doing something for some time. MG Fiddles up to cover there. Looks almost done. Can he cancel in time to deal with the AC? Or is going to have to deal with the AC using something else, because if he's got the looks with the AC out, the looks is going to find himself having a much harder time getting any traction, since the AC can in most cases quickly rush in to deal with. And there we go. Does he react in time? Oh, or does he care for that matter? I'll wait. Looks it's out. We ultimately won't know if he actually, tried to cancel or not, but if he did try it, he certainly is going to feel a bit awkward about it. He might still either way, like he's still going to stick to the looks no matter what. But he's going to need anti-tank weapons in that regard. He's not got anything there at the moment. At most, he might be able to get some Panzerschreck and Sturm Pioneers. He's going to have to rely on Panzerfaust otherwise. So there you go, Panzerfaust on the AC, damaging its engine. On the south point being secured, the machine gun remains in a rather static spot. Not entirely sure what he's planning with that. And there we go, we got the first option out here, and it's for Caesar, and he goes for tank hunters. There with special weapons. Interesting choice, because he's already got the AC, but I'm guessing he just absolutely wants to shot down that looks just to be sure. He might be worried about a Puma following up on the looks. I mean, those are both possibilities in either way. Cage and a Hemmings anti-tank rifleman could help out, but not necessarily the most super efficient choice. We got the folks flying up here behind the section, aggressively so. Striking for das Vaterland at those dastardly Tommies. And murdering them out, they're pushing them back. Almost got a wipe there. Machine gun there setting up as well. Going to have a good chance of getting wiped there, and Caesar that's going to hurt him quite a bit here in the early game. Like Kedmev on the way there from Nosmarkov. And we got the looks of blasting away at the Vickers. Autocannon rounds flying through the timber sides. AC on the move as well. We got the section running up. Where's the tank hunters? They are up there. And there you go. We could see the looks like landing for Nosmarkov. That's going to be a pretty big loss. And down that goes. Jerusalem bringing up like Kedmev. Definitely not good there for Nosmarkov. I mean, he's likely going to end up with a Puma, but that's just going to make it harder for him to go for any tanks, because likely what's going to happen now is he's just going to pull further ahead. So, I mean, just trying to rely on the light vehicles right now, I feel it's going to be a rather poor idea there, but Nosmarkov's also lost his machine gun there to Caesar. Caesar the unrelenting. And close to getting wiped there, but oh no, got the wipe. A small victory there for Nosmarkov for the 116th Panzer Division. Cut upon the hit by Caesar in the north, further slowing down Nosmarkov's fuel income. Panzerfaust from the AC again, but no way of dealing with it. There we go, trying to steal the machine gun back, but we got the sniper nearby there with 9 kills. Really tough situation. There we go, Nosmarkov's going to go for another flank here. Not bad at all. As long as he can maintain enough speed while doing so. There we go. Nice work here by Nosmarkov. Troops in dire need of healing here for him. You should just grab that and get everything up to go. And there we go, trot on the way. I do hope that's not going to be a battle group headquarters. I do hope so, because that means it's going to be command panthers. Which is just not very interesting for starters, but also pretty risky in his own ways. Still, we see one ends up here with Nosmarkov, plus his Schwer Panzer quarters could be used to protect his fuel and his cutoff point, making it much harder for Caesar to harass him as much as he does. Sniper sneaking about here, 9 kills. Vickers on the way there for Caesar, number 2 Vickers. Still some time for him to call in the Schwer Panzer quarters. Machine gun setting up. Looks like he's planning a Schwer Panzer quarters the way he's just waiting with the truck there. He probably should consider salvaging the looks for a bit of extra fuel. That would help him out nicely. Mines up there, good spot, but caught by the sniper. Otto, did you hear something? Otto! Oh, he's dead. Now, he probably heard something, and that was the last thing he heard. Never mind. Got the section pulling hit the tank hunters as well. I mean, in 1944, anti-tank rifles really weren't that effective. I mean, even at the early stage, your anti-tank rifles weren't wildly effective. And that was even then only mostly against sidearm. Once the Germans began to enter armoured side skirts, which primarily wanted to deal with, they pretty much just further dropped off in any utility. So, a little fun fact there. You see blasting away there. Baker sitting up, truck needs to fall back a bit, but he's getting very close to the setting up the Schwer Panzer quarters. Close because they need to retreat together. MG for holding with the section here. McKedman for creeping around. And go setting up the Schwer Panzer quarters. He's doing it so close to the front line here. That is incredibly bold there by Nosmarkov, to be honest, considering how close there is an AC about here. This is really high risk, really high risk. And he's basically banking on, for some reason, Caesar not paying attention to this, because, oh, he's just going to rush it with the AC and likely knock it out in a matter of seconds, forcing him to counter, of course, losing resources either way. Caesar, by the way, has taken up very good. We got a Beinhardt gun off against the church, going to flash out those Tommies. There you go, you see moving down, Panzerfaust off on it. No, no Panzerfaust. Scheiße. Schwer Panzer quarters is close, halfway down. And, oh, good hit from the Kedden effort, but the Schwer Panzer quarters is deeply exposed. He's still not shooting, he's moving up the tank hunter section. He might be able to finish it before it's too late. Oh, ach mein Gott. It's just almost done, and there we go. That was some absolutely bolted play. Then he actually ends up knocking out the AC Mark III at the same time. High risk, but in this case, high reward for Nosmarkov and the 116th Panzer Division. Jesus, I would not recommend that move at all. That was very close to just backfiring horribly on Nosmarkov. Of course, if it didn't, he's going to get a great advantage out of it. So, of course, I can understand why he did it, but equally he's been punished. So he's going here for the center to hunt down some Huns, and we got Scavenge for Nosmarkov. We do not see Scavenge much lately, but there we are with Nosmarkov. Could possibly planning some jaegers to harass and such. I don't hope he's planning for Nosvin there. I mean, he can go for it down the road, but I think initially he should aim for, say, something like, you know, Panzer IV. MD-34 then on Nosmarkov's way. Still not salvaging. It looks he should also salvage the AC. Actually, that's 2 pieces plus with the Doctrine. He gains munitions on top of it, so it'd be 10 fuel and 30 munitions, which isn't exactly half bad here for Nosmarkov and the German army. So definitely should get to work there scavenging and salvaging. MG 402 about done. Centaur though is almost done here as well for Caesar though. Based on the Centaur tank, which was basically the predecessor to the Cromwell, which actually didn't really see any usage on the front line. There were like some variations of so the Centaur that did see action, like the anti-aircraft tank here, and I think some sort of artillery tank, but that's about it. Little fun fact there. Centaur moving ahead. And the sniper went dead, exposed himself to the schwer punted quarters, and got punished by righteous flak fire. Centaur striking northwards there with its twin Poston guns. Tank through the hands. Following up with a single Kholodny effort there, he's certainly going to have a bit of while if one get out any armor. So more Kholodnys make a lot of sense. Got that Centaur about here, crashing through the fences and crashing the Germans. Little surprise. Helmet edges shredded the master sector. There you go, Panzer fast off, damaging the engine with Centaur, but he doesn't have anything to really immediately punish it with, so not so much there. He still should salvage those wrecks. In the south, the sappers repulse pushing through there. Very good, very good. Not just focusing on one small part of the map, just trying to hit here and there. Still no sign of the Doctrine actually being used here for Nosmarkov. I mean, some jaegers at the right spot could probably do him a lot of good, but so far he does not seem particularly concerned about it. Grabbing the southern munitions here. Troops reinforcing.
6-pounder anti-tank gun finished.
And we got a 6-pounder gun out here from Caesar, probably in part to help deal with the schwer punted quarters, but of course any armor that Nosmarkov might gain and use against him. So we'll see where that goes. Centaur down, it repairs northern fuel being lost once more to the Tommies, to the Inselhafen. Hang on, why are we chaps with the anti-tank rifles doing the front line while the guys with more rifles actually shoot the bloody bastards in the back? Well, Terence, that's because you're ugly. Oh, hey, that's not an excuse. It is. Sturmpine's going for the flank. He's definitely very fond of using that flank path, and he goes for the Ostwind. He does go for an Ostwind. That is a rather risky maneuver in a lot of ways. I mean, he's short some armor he can get out faster, but it's going to be quite vulnerable to any British armor, like above the Centaur. So I'm not entirely sure why he went for the Ostwind. No, it's also slightly better than the Wehrmacht one, since he didn't get its, AoE essentially nerfed. Well, its attack nerfed essentially, which does make it a bit more effective in most ways, as long as you remember to keep it still. 6-pounder going down the schwer punted quarters. Going to send in the flak pounds most likely. He might also consider some jaegers here from the jet nearby to further land some harm there.
Damned enemies trying to take a point from us.
Ostwind opening up the Centaur, getting some kills to the nearby Vickers crew. And gets a wipe. Very good, very good. Schwer punch was close to going out. He really needs to call in something here to just disrupt things here and then push in. Sadly, no sign of that. Nor is he doing much to sort of defend it. He's going to lose his schwer punted quarters. Church down though, church down. Oh dear. That's basically the second danger of placing out. It becomes very easy just to crawl up and then to tank and then destroy it. So right then Nosmarkov got punished, and the only thing he's got to show for it is a bloody Ostwind. At this rate he might end up just going for the King Tiger. But there you go. Causing heavy damage to the section up close. Really tearing through those Tommy bastards. And again, it is much more possible with the Ostwind, since again, it did not get nerfed. Which is what the Wehrmacht Ostwind did, despite it's not exactly being good. They sort of buffed it, but essentially they made it worse because they overall made the AoE worse for it, which just makes the overall Ostwind worse. Whereas again, for the Oberkommandeur Ostwind, that never happens, so it's actually better. Now, Got the anti-tank gun, Cromwell away there. That's definitely going to help. They need to make away with the anti-tank gun first, or else it's not going to matter nearly as much. Still, Nosmarkov's been able to gain a nice chunk of the map here away from Caesar, which is very good. But he's going to lose that 6.9 gun. Oh, he got the Centaur with it almost fully.
My lord, a tank's been lost.
Very close here, very close, but no dice.
All of our units are ready to coordinate a barrage on the target.
Flak Panther there's going to need some repairs. Back here, reinforcement healing going on. Sending out the Flak Panther once more.
Cromwell gun tank ready for action.
Of course, remember the key to the Osman is don't move it too much. It becomes a lot less accurate while moving.
Trouble trying to take one of our points.
But it's pretty decent when standing still.
Our supply line's broken.
There he goes, going to creep up like Ken over there, goes gets spotted, not good, got the regular Cromwell out here, and he's, well, lacking an anti-tank, which will need to deal with him, particularly because he split one off to try and take out the Centaur, now it's getting sandwiched between the two. Pretty bad wheelman there for Nosmarkov, might have gone a bit too greedy back here, reinforcement, healing, no sign of further take there for Nosmarkov, Flak Panther hopefully being repaired, and there go, trotting away. I'm expecting a battle group headquarters, at which point he'll probably try and play for the King Tiger versus Caesar. There is the option that he does go for another Schwerpanzer headquarters.
All infantry squads can have an additional infantryman.
Then U-34 needs to get out of there. That's just out in the middle of the bloody open. McKenna for lands a good hit on the Cromwell. And falls the plank behind, but there you go. As the Panzerfaust gets crushed. Ludwig, get out of the way! What? Dead. And full wipe there. Nasty development there. Nosmarkov, there still has plenty of infantry. There we go. We got the battle group headquarters up, so most likely a King Tiger is what's planned here. Still, though, should salvage whatever he can there for extra fuel. I mean, it's really a good idea, particularly when he also gets munitions for it, which could help with the, the Howitzer barrage, but also just other things.
We're losing a capture point.
Heading for the cuff point here, we got a camp nearby. Centaur strikes for King and Country against those filthy jaegers.
The enemy cut our supply line.
Black Panther moving up, need to be careful though, but there you go, could flank the section here and do some heavy damage. There we go. Really causing some grievous damage to the Tommies. Leaving them quite sad about the entire affair. Cromwell, Vic is standing about here around the northern victory point. It's actually a slight lead here to Caesar at the moment. That is being bled out here by Nosmarkov and the 116th. Cromwell sending out there like Kevin needs to turn about, and the Flak Panther needs to get out of there. Gains mentions one that's helpful, but nothing huge. Silly call in here. He's not blitzing though, he's not blitzing. Bakedner for lost. And the Flak Panther's down. That could almost have been saved there by Nosmarkov. They might be able to get both the Cromwell and the Centaur. It looks like Caesar's given up on it. Pops a smoke in there with the Cromwell as he zips it out. And caught an artillery strike around the midst of Nosmarkov's forces. And even the Centaur now is getting away. There's a Centaur tends to Cromwell. Sneaky play there by Caesar. But Nosmarkov isn't fooled too much and gets it. And there you go. Rakednev gets wiped. Okay, we could see another wipe. Pierce the retreat through the artillery zone. Kholodny destroyed. Saxon pushing out straight into the machine gun up north here. Caesar's harassing as well, very actively and aggressively. Nosmarkov is not too far from a King Tiger. It's going to be a couple more minutes. And call in the Königstiger. Tiger 2. We'll have to see what Caesar prepares for. Will he be anticipating a King Tiger? What will we be going for? We've got a second Jaeger squad out here for Nosmarkov. Been some times I've seen the Oberkommanders really use Jaegers, but Nosmarkov is clearly blazing new trails with the Jaegers. And used in this case to recruit the Raketenwerfer. To at least as one anti-tank weapon, not a bad idea, particularly he's trying to stall for a King Tiger. Southern point being secured, Sex going up for the carve point.
The capture point is being overrun.
And you go Sex versus Jaegers, got the Fulton moving up to support them as well. Landing a few well-placed hit and sending those dastardly Tommies running like the insects they are. Cromwell mobilised here though for Caesar.
We're losing a capture point.
And Gilbert came for them to go down the Cromwell. Panzer fast off as well, damaging his engine further. Caesar quickly and hastily pulling out his Cromwell before losing it. I mean, he did rush it in there without any infantry support, which is pretty risky. In this case, didn't get punished too badly for it in the centre. Sandbags being thrown down hastily as trying to grab the centre victory point, but not in time as Nosmarkov counterattacks furiously. His Volksgrenadiers lead the assault. No grenades though, that would be a pretty good idea there. And Vickers setting up there for Caesar to back them up. Got an MU-34 for the covering the Volksgrenadiers right back. Centaur number 2 out here for Caesar. He's clearly not anticipating a King Tiger at all, which means that Nosmarkov could get a pretty good shock effect out of it. Sturm Punion catching into the section out in the open. Volksgrenadiers arriving as well. In the south, because they're pushing back the Volksgrenadiers. In the north, Nosmarkov's going to have to fall back. He's got, I think, overextending a bit too much here versus Caesar. Need to be careful not to extend it at this stage of the game. And Caesar's now committing to another sniper. I can't remember if they hit some mine, losing half its crew. Like a healing enforcement. About it has it about close to 2 to 3 minutes. Oh, a second center of course going to be great versus the infantry, but less great versus a King Tiger. And in most situations, normal commandos play though there, some would go away from that. We'll go for King Tiger next, for example, right away if they lose the Shroud Punter Courtesan, because to go then for the Shroud Punter Courtesan and kind of tank out is going to cost you as much as just going for the King Tiger straight away. So in a situation you're just going to pay the same price, but you're going to get a much bigger tank out, which tends to be a bit of a better deal. Troops sneaking about there. Caesar, Nosmarkov has only got one that came to deal with both British armoured vehicles until you get out the King Tiger, and he's taking quite a drubbing for it. Panther fast off there, no Patrick and the Sturm Pioneer, so that would actually be helpful there for Nosmarkov versus all this armour. As Caesar moves in for the centre up north here, Cromwell dealing with the German infantry. Reinforcing. Centre there, shredding the jaegers. Doing so very thoroughly. Nosmarkov there is getting much closer to the King Tiger, roughly a minute away. Cromwell north here, flanking enemy, third one wiping it out. Ooh, a bit of loss there for Nosmarkov on the 16th Panzer. Sean Caesar keeps up the pressure. Got a artillery strike called in here on the central victory point. Sturm Pioneers need to get out of there schnell, and even then it could be too late there for Nosmarkov. Sturm Pioniere. He's not, there you go, he's retreating. Volksman strength to make his machine gun artillery raining down, doing absolutely nothing. Heading zip, zero, and nada. Troops there being shredded by the center just continues its rampage of death. Getting Pantherfast is damaging its engine, but tank hunters inside the house are slowly burning up and barely makes it out of there. But the artillery strike here by Nosmarkov was a complete waste of munitions. Seconds away from the King Tiger. Seconds. There we go. King Tiger up for Nosmarkov and the 1 and 16th Panzer Division Winhund. Of course, he's going to have to use it aggressively and sensibly at the same time. If you use it too passively, he's just going to straight up lose the game. But if you can use it to actually can put some serious pressure there on Caesar, particularly since his force composition is currently not prepared at all for King Tiger. Like, he's got one anti-tank and a couple of anti-tank rifles. Actually, doesn't have that, and that's it. That's just not going to be enough to stop a King Tiger. So right here, Caesar, I think, underestimated Nosmarkov and left a very large King Tiger shaped hole in his lines. He's actually going over tank hunters just to somehow, you know, have a emergency stalling element until he can, you know, get some serious counters to it. 6-pounder gun below there out in the open. There's the King Tiger. The crew is obliterated. The Königstiger does not care. Hey Helmut, what was that? Oh, I don't know. I think some insects we hit on the road. Alright. 2 kills on the King Tiger. Continues ahead here. Section blasted. This rolls back there with its mighty high velocity 88mm gun. Center flanking up behind there. Bit of jamming on the King Tiger's turret. Anti-tank and crewed up. Very good move there by Nosmarkov. Backs up his King Tiger. Tilside called in here. Oh, the anti-tank wiped out again. And gets the Cromwell with the King Tiger. Nice move there by Nosmarkov. Also, fun fact, while the King Tiger portrayed as being rather lumbering, it actually was pretty fast. It's roughly at the same speed as the same Tiger 1, and that was roughly about as fast as Sherman. So, I mean, the King Tiger was overall actually a pretty nimble tank. In particular, also had a very high turret rotation. There you go. Quick hit there from the tank recruit up back north. Anti-tank grenade off, damaging the engine of the King Tiger, leaving Nosmarkov then in a pretty sticky situation. And jaegers there are crawling around in horrific pain. Pinlock machine there to help out Nosmarkov's King Tiger. And there you go. 3/5 of the unit just gone. 60% kaput. 7 kills on the King Tiger. Center blasting away. The anti-tank wiped out. Though King Tiger's going to spawn again. With a damaged engine, Nosmarkov does not care. He needs to crush Tommies for Deutschland. Misses the centaur though. Quite unfortunate. Second shot misses as well. Close to the close being wiped out. Sniping suffers, they're going for the victory point there. Königstiger falling back. There we go, good hit, good hit. King Tiger there closing on emergency 1. So Caesar still got nothing to count. I think he's actually playing here for a crocodile, which was the King Tiger is not amazing. Chose to clear all the support for the King Tiger, so that could work. But Nosmarkov definitely needs to see A, get the King Tiger fixed, which means more Sturm Pioneers for sure. And B, needs to begin your playing for the rest of the map around just the central victory point. I mean, there doesn't seem to be something a bit here from tunnel vision. Sturm Pioneer almost good to go.
Damned enemies trying to take a point from us.
Sniper on the south base for retreats. 156 versus Caesar's 192.
The Churchill Crocodile is ready. Supply line's been cut.
And we got the crocodile out here for Caesar for the 7th Armoured. Will it be enough to stop the Königstiger? Which is a fun fact. Porsche never had anything to do with it. I mean, there's sort of rumour or talk going about, you know, the turret here. The first turret was made by Porsche. This was made by Henschel. But the thing is, Henschel and Porsche had nothing to do with that. They made the sort of the tank itself, the hull. The turret was actually handled by Krupp. In fact, the actual conflict about who got to make what was actually over the main gun itself, which Krupp also wanted to do, but Rheinmetall Borsig, the chaps who made the Flak 88, were also in contest for that, so there was some issues there. In fact, it got so bad the Minister of Industry had to step in to tell them, both of them, to knock it off. But like, the turret was handled by Krupp entirely. Fun fact. King Tiger shoots bounces off the Churchill frontal armour. Tank Hunter snipes all moving in. 139 left here for him. He needs to, you know, stop running around too much in the centre. They need to hit the sides better. King Tiger gaining veterans 1 there. 9 kills for Deutschland. Car being shadowed and tank and recruit. Shoots and misses the King Tiger spectacularly. 6-pounder gun landing off several hits. Their foot's about to get wiped out. Need to go for the Nosmarkov 4646. Another hit, almost got the crocodile. Being flanked here by the Centaurs, now opening up as well there. Sniper there takes a direct hit, anti-tank being cleared out. Nosmarkov push through for the fatherland. Centaur moving up behind, but he's continuing here for the crocodile. That is his priority here. And can he get it? Ah, misses, misses. Crocodile shoots, penetrates. Can he finish off the bloody beast? Misses again. That is some really bad luck here for Nosmarkov's King Tiger. He might be pushing it too far. He might be pushing it too far. There you go. Finally gets the crocodile, leaving it ablaze. He's got another unit wiped up north by the crocodile. Not crocodile, but the Centaur. King Tiger falling back. They're half 8 to victory 2. Pretty good here. Units being shredded by the Königstiger. Need to grab those victory points for Deutschland. Schnell, Nosmarkov, schnell. Could maybe consider backing up with a Puma type spot for the King Tiger. Or for looks up deal with infantry. Definitely should consider having it repaired now. But he clearly can't afford that. You know, keep it out of the front line for any moment of time. Grab the southern point up north here, centre versus Volksgrenadiers. But I could consider repair pioneers here to help deal with anything else. But I definitely think there should be some kind of light vehicle choice to support the King Tiger. Got more jaegers out though. Relying a lot on that calling infantry. In this case, you probably, I don't know if you actually misclick there or what, but it comes from more field. And there you go, artillery strike called in by the sniper. Cheeky Caesar. Cheeky Caesar. And there you go, King Tiger gets a sniper with a single hit. Yeah, I'd like to see you survive that one, you ass. Yeah, you can see there's a section out the King Tiger moving down because opening up though. Should probably focus on the infantry bunching up in front of the Königstiger and shoots, misses, Centaur moving in and Jaegers being overwhelmed. More troops arriving here. Point rendered neutral. Weak hit there in the section. Only one kill. Centaur continues to flank up behind the King Tiger. King Tiger might have to react to it. There we go, almost getting the section entirely. Forces should be able to finish it off. And no, gets away. Right there you go, and his eagerness to draw the King Tiger's attention. His Centaur might not be in a pretty sticky position. Nope. Gets away without a damaged engine. Pretty lucky there. Southern victory point reclaimed once more by Caesar and the 7th Armoured. King Tiger needs to get going again for Deutschland. Far along the way here for Caesar to blow apart those German tanks. And there you go, shoots, misses. So close to the Defense 2 and increased accuracy alongside better turret rotation. And there you go. Anti-tank grenade on the King Tiger, leaving a pretty bad spot here. Good hit. Eventually 2 on the King Tiger. Needs to fall back. He needs more Sturm pioneers, I think, at this stage, only to help repair it. And of course, some sort of light vehicle to back it up in one way or the other. Section about to get wiped out by the King Tiger, but is also very, very low in health. But with 18 kills, not too bad. Grabbing points, I mean, he should probably focusing on the victory points. Got 99 here versus Caesar on 82. More Sturm pioneers on the way there. Very good, very good. Sturm Pionier moving down. Sehr gut, sehr gut. My God, Otto, what have you been doing to that King Tiger? It's so British, I keep telling you. It's so British. Yeah, you're always with those British. I don't see any British here now, do you? Well, of course we're not. Otherwise you wouldn't hear a Panzer bloody tank, you idiot.
Sherman Firefly complete.
Second Sturm Pioneer squad almost done. I'm going to get that fixed fast enough. I should be able to give Caesar there a bloody nose. But it's going to have to happen fast. Schnell. Also, fun fact, the King Tiger was more mechanically reliable than the Panthers, actually. It's also been characterized as being quite mechanically unreliable. The King Tiger wasn't that unreliable compared to the Panther, which was probably one of the most mechanically unreliable pieces of equipment in the German army. There goes Jumper's hit by the rocket. Need to fall back with the King Tiger. Kedman going about here. Need to focus down the Firefly. Firefly. Nosmarkov. Scheiße. There we go. Panther first it. Panther first like heading effort. Artillery called in as well here. King Tiger down.
It's coming in. The enemy is down to 75 points.
And that it rather looks like GG here for Nosmarkov. Units being murdered. Far flowing back. Centering that we're going to have to go for Caesar. But yeah, in the end, Nosmarkov they lost. The Schwer punch, of course, it was rather too exposed in the end. He also got too focused in the center, didn't focus enough in the side. And the big 2 points just outmaneuvering Caesar, more important in focusing and denying him fuel. He also could have salvaged getting more fuel faster, plus munitions, but with that Doctrine, so definitely have a lot of small issues that just cropping up for Nosmarkov, where Caesar, I would say, played a much more steady and flawless game in comparison lines, that way just to deal with Nosmarkov. I mean, again, had Nosmarkov just gone for a Panzerfall first and played the Schwer punch, say further back, I think it would have been a much stronger position than the way he did. Like, there were a lot of, again, just smaller details just kept cropping up there for Nosmarkov, which ultimately I think undermined his game. So while I've seen he made some great efforts, some really good flanks here and there, in the end it just wasn't enough. Again, his own mistakes just kept bringing him down, where Caesar playing, I think, just overall much more flawless game. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, and comment. Also, big thanks to Sean for pledging on Patreon to support the Propagandacast. Big thanks to you, you wonderful person. And a very big thanks to Marcus and to Steel Sledge for donating on PayPal and supporting the Propagandacast that way as well, ensuring I can keep making videos. I'm sure those two are also very handsome, intelligent, and wonderful people as well for supporting the Propagandacast. And of course, if you wish to support as well, there are links in the description. You can do so. PayPal or Patreon either helps me out a ton. So big thanks to all of you who are supporting, and hope to see you all, the rest of you, of course, all of you in fact, for tomorrow's episode. This is Imperial signing off, and see you all. Cheers, everybody.